Hi everyone, welcome. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. And if you're my creators and subscribers, welcome my baby dinosaurs. This is being live streamed April 6th, 2021 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you all for coming. And for those of you guys who are watching on replay, I love you. I'm sorry for making you guys wait, but it didn't go too long. I was trying to create a booking site. I guess time has run over a little bit and I'm not done yet, so I won't be able to show you guys, but do expect where you guys are able to be able to book online for me and be able to look at my availability without having to contact me. You can just do it and it'll be lots of fun. But I love you all. And also, hi Billy, hi Julie. Today's voting night. Hi Laura, hi Vampire. Hello Princess Dingling. What's up, love? So for those of you guys who I don't know, I'm hearing feedback for some reason. This is if you want to book a reading with me, my email is in the bottom of the screen here. You can also find my prices in the description below. Also, let's just move on. This is my disclaimer. If you have heard it already, you don't have to worry. But if you're new here, definitely recommend you read this disclaimer for entertainment purposes only and for education purposes only as well. And this is how I read cards. So if you are new here, definitely read this as well. I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible. This is probably what I'm going to end up doing. I'm going to be doing some more meditation channeling. I have a brand new crystal that's going to help me channel even deeper and get closer to the divine. So I'll be able to give you more resources from the Akashic Records. And my surgery date is April 19th. And at the end of the video, if you are new here, we do have an angelic reading and 2 Easter egg messages for you. So definitely stay tuned to the end of the video. For those of you guys who have donated to the channel, thank you so much. I love each and every single one of you. Basically, the reason why I'm telling you guys this is that for those of you guys who have donated or in some degree or some fashion, hi Paula, hi Linda, also expect me to come out with a video on my new channel where you guys can be able to go hop over there and watch your personal reading. It's like an appreciation for those of you guys who have donated. I really do appreciate it. And for those of you guys who don't, you can also hop over there to that YouTube channel and that video and just pick someone's name that really resonates with you, and then that message may be there for you as well. But anyway, let's move on. Let's go to the tower portion of the video. If you all know about the upcoming coming soon video when I talked about like the natural disasters and stuff like that, well, I kept getting this sudden urge. That's something that's coming, and this is a warning. This will indeed be my last warning for you guys. I don't want to keep covering the topic. I think I covered it just enough, but I do want to give you a little bit more intel here. As you see on your screen, you see the recent earthquakes from California, right? The recent one is that April 5th, 7:15 a.m. in the morning. That was a three point rush earthquake, you know what I mean? And we have here many of them took place either in Nevada or California, right? Very close to the epicenter where I think it's going to be. Because for a while now, I have been getting in my intuition that the epicenter is going to take place here. So the San Andreas fault, right, had not erupted since I think around the time of the dinosaurs. I could be wrong. Don't correct me on that if you could. And also, I also feel like it's going to be crossed with the Garlic Lock fault. What I feel like there's going to be one earthquake that comes out of the San Andreas, and then it's also crossed or intersected by the Garlic fault, which is here. And my epicenter, if you wonder where the epicenter is basically when 3 earthquakes happen. When you map it, you'll find the exact epicenter where the earthquake took place and what triggered it. I feel like the epicenter will take place right here. So that is my area. So if you live in that area, do expect that this is going to be a big thing. The reason why I bring this up is just to warn you, pre-last warning for you guys. You know, I do love you guys. I do want you guys to be in a very safe position. Please also keep in mind that when an earthquake strikes really big, it can also trigger volcanic activity. What's the nearest volcano? It's the Yellowstone. It has not erupted. It's actually dormant. It can become active due to this earthquake. I do see something like that as well. I'm also going to be looking at the California warning for North Korea. North Korea could eventually cause this earthquake, so to speak, which is why I did see nuclear matter in that video. So I want to cover that quickly, and then we're going to move on to today's video where we talk about specifically GOP, the Republican Party, being the karma of the Democratic Party. And then at the end of the video, we're going to try to keep this new videos positive and uplifting. We're going to be talking about how can we make the country better. So there's that as well. We're going to be doing my 13 colonies, and let's just see what happens. There was also a 4.7 after that, so the aftershock was more. Yeah, I figured that. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda, for that information. The spirits and angels tell me. All right, so can you please give me information on the California warning? All right. It's coming. I know it's coming. I feel it in my gut. Look, I know it's coming. That's why this is my last warning. Look, remember what I said. A lot of my videos, it's either when I do topic, it doesn't even come on the news or on the mainstream until 2 months or 1 month after the video has been made. So if I've been doing this for quite a while and this is going to be my last video, you can sometimes expect this to happen, either within the next 2 months, right? So there's that. So if you want like a small time frame, definitely try and consider that as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so Rhonda, you asked, will the Portland, Oregon, will the San Andreas fault affect us? Yes, it's gonna affect Oregon, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, California, obviously. It's also going to affect Alaska, British Columbia, Canada, Hawaii. It's also going to affect Japan, Indonesia, New Zealand, the Koreans, and Taiwan. So it's going to affect a lot of people. I'm expecting around 200 million people will be disaffected in some form or fashion. Again, Oregon and Portland and Seattle are built on no foundation, which means that they are built on a swamp, which means that if something big was to happen, it's going under. The whole city's going to sink. So we do have here as well. I don't answer questions. I'm just giving you the story. That's how I operate now. My guys don't want me to read specifically into questions. They want me to tell you the storyline so you can make sense of it and you can manifest a better outcome. So that's how my guys want me to operate. So we have here a reverse. So a reversal of Earth, right? Earth is upright. This is balanced. Right now, Earth is unbalanced, right? We already pretty much know that. Here are all the reports coming out that global is warming, climate change is the real thing. They're finding new reports, new data. It does feel like they are going to have some sort of warning. It does feel like there's going to be some warning about this particular thing that's coming about in the future. Then the next thing is, here's the warning, right? Then the next thing is we have natural disasters, right? We have the fault line here. We have hurricane. We have fire, wildfires. We have ice. We have volcanic activity, meteorite. We have tsunami and tornadoes, right? This is in the past, right? This kind of reminds me, it gives me the energy of San Francisco, San Diego, and other one. Yeah, something like that. It gives me the feel of California. It really gives me the feel of California, right? We have here Arizona's in reverse, which tells me Arizona is going to have some issues as well. Like I said, Arizona is indeed involved. We do have here a lot of the people are going to be locked in or they're unable to escape. So if you're, they're warning you, this is your warning, by the way. This, my guys keep telling me and pushing me to do this. This is your warning. And also your guides and authorities are going to give you a warning, but they're not going to give you a warning too close. Like normally when they give you a warning, it's 3 seconds or 5 seconds before the actual earthquake happens. So it's not really going to be that effective compared to what I'm giving you. We have here, there's going to be justice and balance. So it feels like what Earth is doing right now is because it's unbalanced here, right? And it becomes balanced here. What it feels like it's doing is trying to create justice and trying to balance out the scale in some degree. Maybe there's been the treatment to Earth, maybe trying to get people's attention. This is the future outline as of right now. We have here Horizon on the way. This is Japan. This is my Japanese card, right? You have the card here. It's a very beautiful card. And it's talking about the light coming out of the darkness, right? Bringing the light out. It's also volcanic, like not volcano, but it's mountain, which tells me that you need to get to a high space. Hi, Jay. Hi, Wow. Hi, out to Wolverine. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. We have here the devil. and this is upright, was telling me this is going to be pretty bad. And I knew that coming on. That's why I keep pushing this narrative. If I didn't think it was bad, I probably wouldn't have saying this. But it is going to be really bad. We do have here a lot of people are going to lose their family and not going to be able to identify a lot of these victims who fall or succumb to the natural disasters. We do have here the sunflower. Wherever you see sunflowers, that is either the safest or the unsafest place to be. And the reason why I mention that is because use your intuition. Because every single one of you who are in those areas, whether Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, Nevada, New Mexico, Colorado, any of those particular areas, particularly in the United States and the Pacific Coast, 74 million people will indeed be affected. I do feel like as if you see sunflowers, use your intuition. If your intuition is telling you to stay there, stay there. If your intuition is telling you to go and leave, leave. We have here a lot of people are going to fall. A lot of the education rate are going to fall. A lot of people from the universities are not going to want to go to California because of the destruction. It also feels like schools and universities won't be able to be safe for students. And we do have here as well, this is my end of the world card. And we have here Earth. And we have here the meteorite. So the meteorite just misses Earth. But we have here a lot of things happening because Earth is in reverse, right? And so what it is telling me here is that Earth is going to be shaking. I almost feel like this is the poles flipped. Like everything that used to be is just flipped over on its head. And at the bottom of the deck here, we have unloved. So the reason why this is happening the way it is because there's not enough love or a lot of appreciation for nature in general. So this is my warning for those of you guys who feel like you need it. If you resonate with this message, it is needed for you. Now, please, of course, send this love and light because we all need positive energies, right? Yes, also, please keep in mind that the buildings in California are susceptible to collapsing and tsunamis, and so they are not safe. So definitely, if this is a warning, because, remember, Japan has a lot of experience with earthquakes on a continuous basis. California has small earthquakes, not big ones, and therefore, a lot of the buildings are not, solid. Like a lot of houses are not on a solid foundation, which means that if a tsunami comes, it's going to be swept off its foundation, right? Yeah, who am I missing? Oh, Linda, you're so sweet. So sweet, love. I don't know when exactly it's going to happen. I did see it's going to happen this year specifically. I know a lot of you guys are worrying or wondering when. I did say it's going to happen sometime around early summer. So like, May, April, this month, June, or July. Those 4 months. If it don't happen during those, I do expect it to happen within the next 5 years. So there's that. All right, so let's do another particular reading. So let's talk about let me put it on. Oops, sorry guys. So let's talk about the GOP, the Democratic karma. And the reason why I talk about this is that I realized something. Is that, and please don't hate me for this, but this is indeed true. And I'm here to break the truth to you. The Republican Party was exactly the same image, the exact same way the Democrats were not too long ago. And the reason why I mentioned that, if you think about it, during the early days and the revitalization of the Democratic Party, the foundation that it was built upon was President Andrew Jackson, right? And so you also need to realize that at the same point that there was KKK involved, lynching of black men, Africans, slavery, and stuff like that. And so a lot of it is that the Democratic Party is a lot older than the Republican Party, which means that the Republican Party is going through the same course as the Democrats, except the Democrats are way ahead because I think they're 30 or 40 years older than the Republican Party. And, the reason why the GOP is the karma of the Democrats is because the GOP heavily resembled the hatred past of the old Democratic Party. No, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party did not flip. What ended up happening was that the people in those positions of the party changed. That's all that happened, was the people in those positions of the party changed. Which means that, if you really want to change the GOP and the Republican Party, you need to elect new people. Change the people so that you can change the party. The same way that you can do with the Democratic Party, the same way the Democratic Party did it. It went from being a party of slavery, pro-slavery, to fighting for voting rights and stuff like that. You can change your party. Vote for the best version of the GOP. And I'm not, preaching the GOP here, but if you are a conservative who voted for Biden because you feel like your party doesn't belong here, don't lose hope. You can change your party. Just elect the right people in a position of power. Because I'm in a very old house, 1932 Tudor, and I have repaired the cracks in this old sucker home many times. Is my family safe in this old house? So I don't do, guys, I don't do personal readings right now, only because I am giving you the warning. That is something you will have to look at yourself. If you would like a book of reading, I do have $5 personal readings, or if you can't afford it, do not worry. I do give you free option. You can join my Facebook group, which will be also listed in my email or website below. And you can join my Facebook group every month. I do free personal readings as well. So I do give you guys a lot. I just can't keep giving out free readings because it is taking a lot of my energy. So I do hope you guys understand. So let's talk about the GOP. Let's talk about that. We're going to be using this fortune deck. We're going to be using the 13 colonies. Oh, thank you, Linda. Yeah, some people said that my energy or my aura is like white or like pink. And so the way I describe it, that actually, funny enough, my favorite crystal is either rose quartz or celestite. Spirits and angels tell me, what do we need to know about the GOP being a Democratic Party karma? What do we need to know? Can you tell me? I think I counted this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, perfect. Hello, Barbara. Okay, interesting. Okay, so this is quite interesting, actually. So we have here the main male, right? We have Abraham Lincoln. He was shot in the head. This was the creator, or at least the person who ran on the first political party of the Republican Party, right? So the way I read Tarot is kind of like a storyline. It's giving me like the story and a potential outcome, right? So we have here Abraham Lincoln at the top, number one. He unfortunately got assassinated. We have here as well as we have expectations in reverse. The GOP was not able to, back up slavery. I mean, anti-slavery methods. They ended up going to the corporations and started working for a corporation. They abandoned the people, and they didn't do what they were elected to do. Right? We have here the pathway here. This is the pathway of the Republican Party. And if you're unhopeful, you're very scared about the future, know that the reason why the GOP is the Democratic Party karma is because as the Democratic Party walks to a better light and does better things and represents better people and represents the actual society as a whole rather than the dark past, is that it's coming out of this darkness and it's going into the light. Okay, that is what it's talking about and referring to when it comes to the Democratic Party. We have here right now the Republican Party is not in the changing mode. It changed from this last administration, which is Donald Trump. We have here it's not going to change as of currently right now, right? He is in the driver's seat, right? It was a co-union. There was a two-party system in the United States. The point of the GOP and the Democratic Party karma is to break the two-party system in the United States. We have here the lovers. It's to also not allow people in the position of America to kill their own country by voting party lines instead of voting on the character of the individual. We have here despair. A lot of people have their lives been destroyed just by people who are voting on party lines rather than people who are in power, and therefore a lot of people suffered. And this is talking about this is post COVID-19, post Great Depression as well. It's talking about all of that, and what it's referring to is here is that a lot of things are going to change in the future, right? The two-party system's over because we're not going to be treated as if just some people who are useless and you just need to vote. Like, you're actually going to have to, our votes are actually going to become competitive. We have wealthy man. Like I said, the Republican Party, unfortunately, help with the corporation. Right here we have wealthy men, right? The Democratic Party used to be the party of like corporations and stuff like that. And I think there are some parts of it so resembling, at least in terms of the old Democratic Party. And by old Democratic Party, I mean like the old Democrats in power now, but we're also referring to the progressives who are getting rid of that wealthy agenda that a lot of politicians or parties have. I apologize for stuttering. I don't know what's happening today. But we do have here wealthy man in reverse. This is also talking about this is kind of like a mirror image of the former Democratic Party on Republicans, right? So everything the Republicans did, I mean everything that the Democratic did back then, expect that from the Republican Party, okay? We have here as well, we have Coffin. A lot of people have been pushing this narrative that even I didn't put the narrative I read on this, that the GOP is dead. Quite actually not. It's not dead. It actually, I do see a future, a better future for the Republican Party. I do see that, but it's going to take a lot of work. And it's going to be known as the party of the rich people. Again, that is the party already, but it's going to be well known that people who represent the Republican Party are absolutely astoundingly rich. So like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, those type of people are going to be representing the Republican Party in the future. Now, I'm not saying that the Republican Party is dead as of currently, but it doesn't look like it has a bad past in the future as well, right? Again, I tell you guys exactly what it is that you need to know. I'm not going to lie to you. It's exactly opposite of what a lot of people are seeing. Sometimes a little bit opposite of what I get. Remember, this is just the story, right? We have here as well as we have community, right? And so if you look at this, it's just like the Republican Party, right? We have the community of people, but oftentimes more than not, the poor people who are less fortunate, so to speak, end up voting heavily Republican or like minorities as well. Donald Trump got more of the minority vote, which is why Texas wasn't as close as it was in 2020 compared to 2016. And so the reason for this is that the Republican Party is doing well is may become the party of the minority party as well, minority majority party. And so that really hangs on to the ability of the Republican Party and the Democratic Party as well. Do you see this? It's kind of going back and forth, back and forth. We do have here as well that the Republican Party, if they continue the current path currently, right now we have here thief, right? We have the Republican Party is going to be represented by a woman. But here we have the Democrats are going to be represented by men. And here we have the Independent Party stealing votes from the Democratic Party in hope for the Republican Party to win. So that is the agenda, that is the methodology of the Republican Party currently today. Now, please keep in mind that this is just entertainment purposes only, and then can indeed change. We have here, there is a message of concern for the Republican Party. And that is that it either needs to change the way it currently operates or it's going to cease to exist. And I do agree that, people are indeed right about that. We do have here a privileged lady. I do feel like there is going to be a woman who comes into power who is just very privileged, someone who is, think that she deserves the presidency. Like she wants to be the first president. Like she deserves it so much. Like very arrogant. Okay? What we also have here at the bottom of the deck is we have the mature women. This person is going to be very immature. I do see this person being very young. I'm getting the energy of like Ivanka Trump, Candace Owens, that type of energy. So there's that. That's what I'm getting for the GOP, the Democratic Party karma. Again, that's just the storyline of currently today. Now I have to look more a little bit in the future deeply about what the GOP and like what is the potential future of that. So I want to have like a more of an uplifting reading. I know I got some really great feedback from you guys that a lot of my readings have lately been kind of scary or dark. Not that they were intended to be, but I'm a curious person. I like to read on multiple different topics, multiple different things. I just like to ask questions. And so today I would like to do a little bit more of an uplifting thing. How can we, as a collective, help the country and the world and the globe? The GOP will not purge Trump. I'm telling you, they will not purge him. Remember one thing. The one thing I will say flat out off the bat is that they have these people worshiping these wrong people. So they have put people on statues, and they're like, well, they're there, right? Well, I agree. Taking down the statue is important, but however, erasing it from history is not like something that should be happening. Like they did this with a lot of other statues. They ripped and torn them down. For example, a great example of this was King George during the Revolutionary War. Well, guess what? Now a lot of people don't know that because it has been torn down by the revolutionary people. And so, actually, there's a piece there that historians cannot find because it has been lost to history. So the same thing here that I worry about is I don't want it to be in a scenario where, like, as a collective, that we kind of push this negative thing aside. Like Trump, for example, pretend like he never existed. Well, guess what? History repeats itself. We don't learn your lesson. That's why Trump is ineptly very important to American history, whether we want to admit that or not. And I do apologize for stuttering. So, how can we make the United States better, right? Let's talk about that. Now, I don't know why my hearing aids are a little weird today, but we'll see. How can we make the United States better as a collective? Okay, so interesting. How can we change or help the United States? All right, so we have here, and this is actually quite funny and quite interesting. You know how I talked about like the two-party system not too long ago? We have here, thank you, Julie, thank you. We have the magician in reverse. This is talking about the deception of the Republican Party. And we have here the young Democratic Party, the progressive Democrats, right? They're both in reverse. Which tells me that the two-party system needs to come to an end. That is what is referring to, that the only way that we can help change America in terms of the future is that we need to end the two-party system, not good and evil. Don't vote for one party and then vote for the other because you're mad at the other party. That's not acceptable. It's telling me here at the moon, right? If that's the challenge here, the two-party system. There's a third-party option. A lot of people just don't pay attention to that. So if you're one of those people who just vote based party line, what your guys here want you to know, and if you are interested in something like this, the best way to help your country is to vote for a third party along your values. Make your vote competitive. Don't just give your vote willingly out of fear. Right? That's how they thrive off of it, by fearing and pointing fingers. Well, if you vote for this person, you're going to get anarchy. But if you vote for me, you're not going to have anarchy. That's not how politics should work. We have here the Ace of Swords in reverse. And what this tells me is that California is not going to be willingly able to go for the Democrat or for the Republican. It is going to be quite competitive. It is going to be quite competitive. I do feel like they're in a first independent who might do very well in the terms of popular vote or the electoral college will come from the state of California. We do have here, they're going to come in with a brand new message of how to unify the country and how to change the country. It's going to break the two-party system. It give me the energy of Joe Biden, right? And we have here as well as we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. They're not going to win the presidency, but they will make big changes, right? We have here, right, you know how I said big change? Well, the death card resembles change, right? They're going to change the system. They're going to change everything. No matter whether or not, you don't win, you need to understand that during the process and the journey is what changed a lot of people, right? We have here, a lot of people are going to start questioning and be like, what are some better ways that we can do this? One thing I have always thought, and I've said this before, that Donald Trump never intended to win the popular vote or the electoral college. What he wanted to do was he knew he was so unpopular, but the Republican Party wasn't, that he was planning on the Republicans winning the House, him deadlocking the electoral college at 269, and the House reelects him without the popular vote or the electoral college going in his favor. That's what Donald Trump really wanted. So that's why he fights for only, not Michigan, not for Pennsylvania, but only wants Georgia or Arizona and Wisconsin. Because those are the three closest states. If those three went to Trump, it'll be 269. Okay, so let's ask for more card. We're going to do like a little 13 colony type reading for you, and then we're going to do an angelic reading for you guys at the end of the video. All right. So, Spirit Angels, tell me what are ways that we can help change the United States for the better? How can we help the United States change into a better country, a more progressive one? Thank you. Okay. Okay. Hopefully I counted right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So here we have believe. Right now, a lot of people don't believe in our country, that the country is good. And that's quite frankly true, right? They don't believe that these are independents, right? We have here the yellow is independence, and we have here the blue, purple, which is swing states, right? They don't. A lot of people don't believe that third parties are competitive because of the two-party system. We have here no. So there's a no here. No, they don't believe, right? No, they don't think that next year or any other year with the United States still exists, it's going to be a good year for the country. They do feel like a lot of the old system, the old world order, the old order, okay, excuse me, the old world order still exists today. The old patriarchy, archy. I can't even say this right. Oh my god. The old patriarchy still exists currently today, right? We have here the angels. We have people here in America who are angelic, who have angelic energy. We have good people. So if you've been losing hope, there are good people still in the United States. We have here a lot of people need to join together, right? There needs to become a plan. There needs to be linked. Family. I feel like a lot of people have been ripped away. We need to improve the way that we operate in a family, like not just forcing people to vote political party, but instead openly endorse and teach one another different opinions. I did see 3131. That's an angel number. We have here the darkness right now in America is dark. And the reason for that is that people are forced into voting based on what their family is voting with, right? We have here is that there is no sun on the horizon right now. America is in its very dark moment. If you think that slavery and all those are indeed very dark moments in American history. But what I do see here that it's going to get darker, so to speak, right? Not saying that those moments should be not equated as dark. They are extremely dark and they should be taught about so that these things never happen again. But it does give me the energy here that this is not going to be the last one, if you know what I mean. It's not going to be the last of the last. It's like there are more to come in terms of darkness. We have here, and the part of this is that first thing we need to do is get the virus contained, right? We have here like almost like a pastry dish or a frame, and we have the virus underneath the glass. But right now, the virus is not in the glass because it's in reverse, which tells me that it's still out and about, right? We have here as well as we need to surrender the way that we think, the way we used to do things, the way we believe, the way our own culture is. I do feel like the culture in American society needs to change. That's what I'm getting as well. We have here, get rid of the confusion, go to therapy. If you need therapy, make therapy a normal thing. Talk about your feelings, talk about certain things. The best way that we can join together, understand one another is that we need to talk, we need to communicate, stop pointing fingers and do it. Right, we also need healthcare. We need healthcare systems, right? In America, the best way to improve a country to make it more progressive is that we need people to have right and access to healthcare. The reason why I support healthcare in the United States is particularly because a lot of people need it. And second, it will be great for the economy. I mean, that would be stupid if you're really somebody who really knew the economy. You'll be a no-brainer and say, you know what? If I have healthcare, it's going to be great for the economy. Yes, it's going to hurt the economy short term, but it's going to help the economy long term because people are going to be able to get healthcare whenever they need it. And guess what? Because they're getting constant care, they're not going to need to go to the doctor as much because they don't have as many health problems. The reason why we have so many health problems is we don't have access to these health amenities like many people do in the country. And because of that, we have a lot of health issues. If we had access to doctors, it will be very hurtful to the economy in the short term, but it will be very good for the economy long term. So you see where I'm going at? A lot of these people are thinking about their political career in the short term, right? If you really wanted to help the country, you shouldn't care about whether or not you're going to be reelected. We have here Alex Donut first. It tells me here that a lot of countries should not dry out their money. It does feel like a lot of people and a lot of states are drying out their money. They're not using it in the way that they should be using it. I do get here military base, so like Area 51 and stuff like that. And start investing that money back into the country instead of investing into the military. We don't need that kind of money. It's not like we're in threat right now. We don't need it. We have here the Republican Party. It needs to start to become fun again. It needs to be something that you can agree with. They need to have better policy, better ideas, not conspiracy theories. We have here brand new things are coming about. So maybe a brand new party may come or break away from the Republican Party, right? We will have more choices come election night or election day. This is in the future, right? A lot of people will be joyful and happy. A lot of people will feel like there's not a lot stopping them from going to where they need to go, right? It does feel like if this was to happen, a lot of places like Arizona and the hot areas or hot areas are going to be emptied again. It's going to be like the old Wild West, right? States that used to be purple or swing states are now going to turn blue. We have here's the new blue, right? Lean blue, at least, or taupe blue, right? We have the key to the future, and it can happen fast. We just need to stop money or corruption in the United States, and if we do that, we will have enough money to not only help the United States, but also save the world from the devil. And by the devil, I'm talking about corruption, the patriarchy, and stuff like that. We have here on the top here, we need to help improve our education system in terms of student loan debt. The reason why student loans are so high is because they tax a lot of people. Like for me, for example, I have a lot of student loan debt, and I only been in school for a year and a half, and that's why I'm just starting a business because I can't go back to school because it's too expensive. We have here as well, the country right now is unbalanced and unstable. That's something that's not a surprise right now, right? And it's telling me to stop reading, right? And that we just need to start educating ourselves. This is important, right? Have faith in your country, but do the right thing by it. So that is how we can make our collective, the country, better. So what do you guys think about the message that the card gave us on how to help our country? Because I think that was quite positive, and I agree with a lot of it. What do you agree with? Just let me know in the comment section below. All right, so let's do angelic reading. I'm a little bunny. It may not be Easter anymore, but I'm still your Easter bunny. Okay, hold on. I need water. All right, so we have here, you have your little Easter egg messages for you guys. Even though it's not Easter anymore, who cares? Okay, we have orange. All right. That's enough messages for you today. So I'm going to give you guys a moment to choose what kind of Easter egg message that you want for today. If you are new here, how this operates, basically is you pause the video, or you can, if you're watching this live, you can watch this on replay or whatever. Pause the video, kind of listen to your intuition and kind of guide yourself. All right, so what message do I need to know for today? If I pick one, don't pick multiple today. Just pick one. There's the message here for you guys. And while we're waiting for you to do that, we're going to do your angelic reading. All right, so spirits and angels, tell me what else do we need to know about my viewers. What messages do they need to know today? Okay. Is there anything else? All right. I heard nothing else, but we'll stay with us. Okay. Interesting. All right. So we have here, as we have confusion in reverse, Neptune and illusion. I do feel a lot of you guys are starting to lose that sense of illusion, that you're not going to be misguided anymore. I do feel like you just finally found a place where you need to go and where you need to be. I do feel like a lot of you guys just kind of understood. You're like, you know what? That is exactly where I need to be right now. Like you come into a realization of some sort. Challenged by your challenges here, come spring and seed. I do feel like this is the time of your awakening. I do feel like a lot of you guys are going through your awakening right now. I know that's like something that's been thrown around a lot, but it's quite true. I do feel like a lot of you guys are starting to undergo this brand new growth, this brand new understanding. I do feel like you are awakening. And for some of you guys as well, if the parts of this message does not resonate, that may not part be for you. Remember, this is a collective. We do have here trust divine timing, right? Divine timing is in your time, right? When it's time to happen, it will happen. Trust that. You will need to know that message. I do feel here you might live in an area where there might be blue butterflies. So if you see a blue butterfly, that is a sign for you. If you see a clock that happened to be blue on a wall that you didn't notice, that is a sign. I do feel here if you look at the sky, you kind of see like the sky or like the stars, and it's blue and it's beautiful and crystal. That is a sign. If you see a woman who dresses blue with blue eyes and brunette hair with white skin, that's a sign. These are signs for you to know. So just take that with you as well in case you are a little worried or concerned. We do have here as well, we have nurture and compassion. A lot of you guys are either in a breakup or have at least been divorced in some degree or fashion. I do also feel like as if you are kind of lost that sense of nurture part of you. So basically what your guys want you to know is that it's okay to love yourself. It's okay to love another. I do feel like the guys are giving you the go ahead. It's okay to get into another relationship. But those are for some of you guys who do feel like you need that. Then at the bottom of the deck here, we have rejection, lost, and fragmented. I do feel like some of you guys have lost a relative that has really hurt you very deeply. We do have here, you either ask someone else that you really like, and they rejected you. And I do also feel like you are fragmented. And the reason why I say fragmented, I feel like you're heartbroken. I feel like you have the heartbroken syndrome, where it's like you put in so much stress on your heart that it's unbearable for you to carry. All right, so that is your angelic reading. Let's do your Easter eggs. So let's do the purple Easter egg, right? So we have that message. Right, so if you want to know what kind of Easter egg colors in here, there is another Easter egg inside of the Easter egg. There's 2 messages for you. So, you know, if you want to use your intuition to kind of guess quickly, or you could pause the video. We have here eat a banana. So maybe you guys need to eat some protein. I do feel like a lot of you guys, I do feel like some of you guys like monkeys. I do feel like some of you guys like monkeys as well. It's okay, Billy. Thank you, love. Thank you, Wild Heart. We do have here, I do feel like a lot of you guys like monkeys for some example, or something that you feel like you might watch a lot of Discover or History or something like that. Something with animals in the safari or the jungle or the Congo specifically. We have here, this is the green Easter egg inside of the purple. Thank you, Princess. We have here, they want you to be happy. It's okay to smile. It's okay to be happy. I do feel like you guys had a good day today. So I do get very good energy for those of you guys who've chosen this Easter egg. For those of you guys who picked the cayenne blue green type Easter egg, your messages is start manifesting again. They want you to start manifesting. It's okay to manifest. They want you to start thinking about what it is that you truly want. I think some of you guys are struggling with money, but you feel like money is not a big concern to you. You guys are like, yes, you're right. Money is not a big concern, but we advise you to start manifesting your desire and what you want. And now remember, when you manifest, you want to manifest it for the good of humanity. Right, so if you're manifesting $1 million, you kind of want to say, okay, I want to manifest $1 million, but would like to use that money to help others get to where they need to be so that we can raise the vibration of the earth for the better. Right, that's what you want to do. You don't want to just say, I want to do it for myself, because when you have selfishness, you're not going to get anywhere. For those of you guys who chosen this purple Easter egg, your message is, different doesn't mean wrong. Which basically tells me here that I do feel like some of you guys or either I'm getting like a high sense of Down syndrome. Not saying you are Down syndrome, but I feel like you don't know someone who has Down syndrome. And I feel like, again, excuse me, you need this reassurance that like it's okay to be different. It's okay not to be a part of that crowd, right? It's okay to have different ideas. Okay to not to fit in, right? If it makes you feel any better, I have been kind of like pushed aside from the tarot community, right? And so that's because I'm different, because I speak the truth. Not saying that they don't speak truth, but because I say blatantly, they sugarcoat it, so to speak. And so, you know, it's okay to be different. Doesn't mean you're wrong, right? And for those of you guys who chosen an orange Easter egg, your message is, this is a sign you've been waiting for. And this is kind of ironic because I think a lot of you guys really resonated with trust in divine timing, and I feel like this is the sign. So if you've been asking about something, you've been praying for something, this is indeed a message for you. Right? So again, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. For those of you guys who have donated to the channel, I will be making a dedication video for each and every single one of you. I'll be listing your names down. Hopefully I can do this. from January 2021 until now, presently. I'll write you guys' name in, then I'll make a video with your personal readings on there. Then I'll upload it and you guys can go check those videos out. I'm hoping to aim around 5 to 6 minutes for each individual. Again, if you have not donated or you cannot donate, do not worry. You can still watch the video, just go to the person's name, feel like what one you resonate to, and then pick that person's name and watch the video. It may resonate with you as well. So there's that. I love you and have a very beautiful night. Goodbye.